I won't pretend like I didn't make a Sam video already, as I definitely did by the way, but regardless, hey everyone, another harmony just dropped, and she happens to be a combination of the past two we just got, being a crit damage buffer with a full team-wide advance like Sparkle and Bronya, whilst also having extremely strong team-wide buffs like Ruan Mei. Robin is a physical harmony character who will once again suck all the jades out of your account like the other two harmonies. She plays around her ultimate, which essentially disables herself to buff and advance forward the team. It's probably going to sound extremely repetitive, but Robin looks really insane for a harmony character and will probably once again power creep all the other existing options, but regardless, she looks pretty exciting kit-wise, so let's get right into it. Robin's talent grants crit damage to all teammates based on her own, similar to a Sparkle or Bronya skill. But instead of being to one character, this is to the entire team. But unlike Sparkle and Bronya, this additionally increases speed to all teammates too. This is a really great baseline for a talent just to start off with, but we aren't even finished yet. Robin's talent also gives her energy after teammates take actions, which means that she should have a consistent flow on energy with its scaling on how fast your team is, which ties nicely into her speed boosting talent. Robin also has a self-heal, healing herself once she reaches under a certain percentage of HP, giving her built-in protection from damage. This means two main things to me, the first being that she won't be like Tingyun dying at minimum 5 times per day, but more importantly it makes me believe that Robin will have really low base stats. Having an extremely low HP and defense stat would make this heal really necessary, and her buffs may be incredibly large to compensate for this. Her skill only does one thing as of now, giving attack to team for a set duration, increasing with Eidolons. If we take any other harmony's attack buff on their skill like Yukong or Asta, these numbers are really high, which gives me hope that Robin's is along the same ballpark. Since the skill only does this and nothing else, I wouldn't be surprised if the attack given was over 100%. Obviously, this is just my speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. Sorry to all the Blade mains out there though, you guys may have to sit out for this character. Robin's ultimate is really detailed and has a ton of separate mechanics to unpack. Firstly, it gives Robin decreased aggro, letting her be targeted by enemies less. This further backs my theory that Robin is most likely more fragile than other harmonies, especially considering the rest of this ultimate. The main part of it is the team-wide action advance it grants. According to some leakers, this works exactly the same as Bronya, immediately making all allies take action, making Robin like a stronger effect of the dance lightcone. We all know that action advances are extremely strong already, but advancing forward the entire team is even better, allowing you to essentially just multiply the amount of actions the entire team takes based on how fast Robin can use her ultimate. A team-wide advance also works well with other advanced characters, as you are essentially speeding them up as well, meaning they can get more turns to advance. This also works really well with her energy passive, as your teammates will constantly be taking action and granting Robin a consistent string of energy. If you thought that was it, we aren't even close. Robin's ultimate further boosts the entire team's damage, similar to a Ruan Mei skill. But the most important part of her ultimate is that it puts Robin in the disabled state. We don't actually know what this state does, but it's pretty easy to tell that it probably has something to do with Robin being unavailable for a certain amount of time. Maybe being unable to take action until she leaves this state. Having a teammate completely unavailable for an extended period of time is an absolutely massive drawback, which is why I'm so confident that Robin will have extremely overtuned numbers to compensate for this. Robin leaves the disabled state when a countdown has finished, but we don't actually know what triggers this effect. My own take is that after allies have taken a certain amount of actions, Robin will be available to take action once again. I mostly believe this as her kit seems to be majorly based around allies taking as many actions as possible, with the team-wide advance and the talent giving her energy based on ally actions. This may mean that she potentially has a set requirement for ally turns to release her from the state. She may also have some way to generate energy or attack in this state, as it doesn't completely say that she can't do these things, but this is mostly wishful thinking. As of now we don't have her traces, but we do have a rough outline of what her Eidolons will look like. Her E1 grants the team speed and more bonus damage whenever she enters the disabled state, which, if my theory about the disabled state being based on ally turns is right, should help quite a lot. But even if it isn't, this is a strong E1 regardless. Her E2, as I mentioned before, increases the attack buff on her skill, and her E6 is quite weird, being mostly defensive rather than offensive. When she enters the disabled state at E6, she provides debuff resistance and cleanses all characters until it ends. I actually don't know how to feel about this, as it sounds pretty strange for an E6 in my opinion, especially if it doesn't have any offensive gain. But things like this will definitely be changed in beta, so I wouldn't look too far into. Overall, Robin looks like a fairly strong team-wide buffer, with tons of potential to work similarly to Mei, being strong in most if not all teams. She has a ton of utility, team-wide buffs and even defensive utility that helps her look like quite a strong character to me, especially as Robin could synergize with other Harmony characters like Sparkle or Bronya, with the potential for chaining actions with Robin's team-wide dance could create some really strong team comps, rarely if ever letting the enemy take a turn. But however, like everyone else, I am still pretty on the fence about her being nearly completely unusable during her ultimate, but I am sure it will end up being fine, as who really needs 4 characters if you are completely one-shotting every enemy with 1 billion attack. But anyways, that's enough speculating from me. Remember that, as with any character speculation, keep in mind that the information we have is based on preliminary kits, and things might change during the beta testing. So, stay tuned for updates and be ready for this video to be outdated in a couple of weeks. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Robin's potential impact on the meta? Share your speculations in the comments below, and I'll go back to whining about the lack of Firefly on my Twitter feed. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.